This is a really amazing sugya. It is so relevant, and it's so beautiful. Such a beautiful sugya. You think 300 years ago they had the shaila in Israel of all the new fruits making a Reciting Shehechiyanu. Theoretically, the shaila applied, but this assortment, no way. So we have all these beautiful new fruits, and you ask the average person, when do you say it? Let's take the mango as our case for today, okay? And maybe when you eat it, when you buy it, when you see it. Listen to the Shulchan Aruch. Reish Chav Hey. Haroeh, Reish Vav Aleph Hey. You have roeh with an ayin, a shepherd, right? Roeh C. Haroeh Pri Chadash Mitchadesh Mishana Lashana. You see the new fruit in this new season, Mevarach Shehechiyanu, when you see it, which means I'm not even planning on buying the mango, especially in the beginning of the season. The fruit could be 30, 40, 50 shekel a kilo, and it's not for me. But I really enjoy seeing it. I'm so happy about the new season. So you say Shehechiyanu.
What if it's still on the tree?
And even on the tree.
If you see it on the tree, you make the
The afilu. How beautiful is your question? Afilu ehu biyad chavero. You see a friend have it. O al ha'i lan.
Wow.
You see it on the tree. Wow. So here's a halach we knew for 60, 70, 80 years. We don't want to date anyone here. And we all knew about this halacha. And not the way it's written in the Shulchan Aruch. You'll say, so you're telling me it's a mistake? No. The Shulchan Aruch continues, and he quotes the Rosh, a great authority for about 700 years ago. The minhag is to say it when? B'shas achila. At the time of the eating. Okay. Yes?
My question is, she had suggested, and it's true, if you have it frozen in the freezer.
Great.
But if you're supposed to say it each year, well, that's from last year.
Good. Very good question. We have to see about frozen fruits and canned fruits.
Yeah, because it's last year, prepared.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's around from previous years, but it's around. It's a good question.
And if it's on, what if it's on the tree? Like we have this with rimonim now. Every time we walk down the street, it's not right. It's still green. It's like a tiny thing, but it is the fruit, but it's not ready.
Great question. So there's so many nice questions. A great sugya, and it is so lamaisa all year long. But I mean, the summer fruits in Israel, forget it. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So
if you translate Shehechiyanu, it's the season. If it's frozen or it's canned, it's not seasonal.
Very good. So do we say, listen, this frozen and the canned, that we want to have fruits that reflect the season. And those are not part of this topic. You make a bracha and enjoy them and thank God for it, but it's not part of our topic. Excellent. So let's proceed in this very exciting halacha here. So the Shulchan Aruch paskins, it's according to the din, it's halacha in haroeh, okay? It's haroeh, which is how the Rambam has it. Roeh, when you see, and the minhag is when you eat it. Umisha ber p'shas re'iyah, and the Rambam says, but if you did it when you see it on the tree, that's fine. No, it's not like there's a minhag and you can't go against the minhag. No. The general practice is to wait. But if you saw it on the tree, you know you're not going to be having any, and this and that, whatever it is, then you made the bracha, that's fine. Ve'ein levarach ad shenigmar tashlum gidol haperi. And you have to wait for it to become ripe. Ve'im lo berach b'riyah rishona yachol levarach b'riyah shniyah. And if it makes the first time you see it, so then you can make it the second time. So there's a lot of, you can. Now that's regarding seeing. We don't know yet about our minhag is to wait till we eat it. Right? Okay. So we bring in Baruch Hashem, one of the holiest Jews of the 20th century, the Chafetz Chaim, the Mishabura, and he holds our hands with the sugya like he always does. Ve'ena ela reshut. Wow, we. Tilo mevarach lo mi'anash. You should just know it's not a chovah. Shehechiyanu on Yontif, Shehechiyanu on a lulav is a chovah obligation. This is set up according to Mishabura as rishus. It's an optional bracha, which is interesting. Why that's set up as obligatory and this is set up as a rishut is an interesting question, but that's what he says. And he quotes the Magen Avram. But still, even if it's not an obligation, still, it's a beautiful bracha. Why shortchange yourself and not give appreciation to God? Okay, so that's an important point, that it is a reshut. But then he says, the Mishnah Berurah himself does say earlier, he says earlier in the Reish Yotet Dalid, what does he say? He says in Reish Yotet Dalid, which is the halachas of Berchas Hadah, Hayach, in Bercha V'Gamru, the Ein Ze Bracha Levatal is talking about Hagomel, and he does write that even though certain brachos like the Shehechiyanu might be considered to be reshus, still he writes it's not reshus legamrei, but it's not a chova. It's a very important mitzvah levarech. That the real chi of Shehechiyanu is dava haba mizman. Okay, it's set up like the moadim. When a moed comes from time to time, they have a chiyuv. For whatever reason, they didn't make a chiyuv. But still, it's an important mitzvah. Why give up on this beautiful mitzvah of a chance to thank Hashem? So fine. So the minhag is to do it when we eat it for the first time, but the din is to do it when you see it. And if you do it when you see it, that's fine. That's not a bracha vatala. Okay, why? How did the minhag develop? So the Mishnah Berurah explains the following. The ikrinit kana simchas alev shemasameach at smichas pri chadash. He's so excited to have a new fruit. So I see it in his hand. I see it in the makolet. I see it on the tree. It doesn't matter. I have the simcha, and that's enough. But why do we wait till we eat it? Why is the minhag? The misha ein libo sameach b'riatzo rak b'achilatzo. Because then, let's say he doesn't have any simcha when he sees it, but he's really happy to enjoy the new mango he's about to enjoy. So then he makes the bracha on when he eats it. So you know what? We developed the minhag to always do it when we eat it, because that's when most people have the simcha. And yes, the din is you could say when you see it in the makolet, the minhag is to say when you eat it, because that's when you have more enjoyment. So okay, fine. So we learned the din, we learned the minhag. But now that he introduces this concept called simcha, I think that raises an interesting question. When you buy a new table for your home, you're really excited about it. So if you're really excited about it, you say Shehechiyanu. If it's for you and others as well, say Atov HaMeitiv. You go ahead, my phone broke a few weeks ago, so I bought a new phone. Now, nothing to be exciting paying 1,500 shekel for a new phone. I am not excited about that at all. 50, 60 years ago, I do not remember playing anywhere close for the portable phones. Anyone remember that? Yes. Anyway.
But you're getting a lot more. It's more than a phone.
There were no phones anyway. I'm just joking around. And I was not excited, and I was upset that the other one broke, and fix it, not fix it. And there was no excitement there in the phone. I didn't make a bracha. Okay, a few months ago, every 3-4 years, we take our car and sell it and then put a few more, 1,000 in to get the updated car, and hopefully it keeps it going for longer. Excited, not excited, I wasn't sure. Until I went down with my son Shlomo Myers, took his guitar into the car, blasted the music, his favorite Isha Ribo, we're driving around. I felt the excitement of a new car. Fine. So there you need to have an excitement. You'll say that's so subjective. The answer is absolutely. You go ahead, and for the first, you always get hand-me-downs. You're the 8th kid, and you always lived off hand-me-downs. For the first time in your life, you bought your new shirt for 50 shekel, and you were excited about it. Oh, okay, so you say Shehechiyanu. This millionaire gets a fancy suit for $3,000, which he wears once and gets rid of. It means nothing to him. So he doesn't Shehechiyanu. It's subjective. But it's subjective depending on your simchat libo. The language in Reish Chav Gimel, when it talks about clothing, al dava she'eino chashuv kokasen, it's not so important, then you don't make it. Ein levarech imhu ani, but you're a poor person and you're happy, you make the bracha. Sameach, you're sameach, you make the bracha. So by clothing, one second, I'll be with you. By new possessions, it's subjective, okay? What about by fruit? It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm more interested in the sports. I'm following this. I'm following my shiurim. I'm following the war. Oh, very nice. Nice mango. Very good. Doesn't do anything to me.
Or if you don't like it.
Well, I don't even like it, so there's nothing. Exactly. Do you need the element of simcha? By buying new things, that's a crucial part. What about the new season? Oh no, it's over the new season. You're happy. It doesn't make a difference. So I would say, I think most people would say, buying things is halacha of simcha. New fruits is the new season. Oh, did anyone ever hear excitement over the fruit that's a criteria? No, but yet what are we seeing? The Mishnah Berurah introduces it, because Mishnah Berurah says, really the din is you say it when you see it on the tree. But now everyone's so excited that they have more simcha. He introduces the word. He uses the word what? He says you can do it on the new tree because it's on Simchas Alev that you see the new fruit. But we do it, why? When we eat it, because someone who doesn't have simcha when he sees it, only when he eats it, then he does it when he eats it. So we always do it when we eat it. So the Mishnah Berurah introduces the concept of simcha to the sugi. Yes?
What if you buy the fruit, you don't enjoy it, but you have to eat it?
Good.
Health.
Yeah, so you're having it, and I may put in a side point plug. I always say that not too many rabbis in America could talk about aliyah, because thanks Rabbi, thanks for telling me to make aliyah. He can't talk about it because this looks like a hypocrite. Even though it could be as legitimate reason to stay on his balabai, he should make aliyah. It's just a topic he doesn't want to talk about. He's going to get it back in his face, right? And another topic too many rabbis cannot talk about is health. If they're smoking, overweight, don't exercise, it's not easy to say, can't smoke, no vaping, got to do exercise, no overeating, fruits and veg. He doesn't do any of that, he just can't talk about it. But Baruch Hashem, I exercise, and I try to have a well-rounded diet, so I push it a lot. I hold it to the absolute mitzvah, I keep in touch with the science, times, the latest news in terms of health and exercise and fruits, and it is so pashut. Okay, when it comes to health, God knows best. The show 56 years ago was Father Knows Best. Well, Father in heaven knows best. Fruits, vegetables, the less you process them and just keep them in their natural state. Okay, there is so much in every color in every vegetable, there's nutrients. The green in the green pepper, the orange in the carrot, it is unbelievable. And every week, the world of science uncovers more nutrients and benefits for every part of our body. It's unbelievable. So fruits, vegetables, the more, the better. Okay? Now we don't have the hot lunches in school, because, school officially, the Misrat Chinuch, so we don't have hot lunches. So it is such a great opportunity for me just to take every day from my fridge, when there's not going to be food in school, to take a carrot and a cucumber and an apple and a pepper. I know I'm going to be hungry, I'm not going to eat that instead of all the processed food. So continuing with your question, so I make sure to have fruits and vegetables. You say, I don't really love it so much. And so I would have said till now, who cares? But the Mishnah Berurah is introducing the concept of simcha, which we know we have when it comes to buying things. You need the simcha by the fruits and vegetables too. By the watermelon, because it applies to hadam also. If you have seasonal vegetables too. Just cucumbers are so constant, we don't have it by that. But avatiach, you have your season. So it applies to avatiach, watermelon as well.
It's a fruit.
What?
It's a fruit, even though we say adama.
We say adama. So maybe in terms of some science, it's a fruit, but halachically it's not. But even the tomato, even something that's not a fruit, it's halachically and scientifically a vegetable. If it's seasonal, you say shehechiyanu. We didn't talk about yet when shehechiyanu, then hadama, or hadama then shehechiyanu. We didn't talk about the order. It's a fun topic. It's not a one-day topic. Baruch Hashem. So you're totally right that I'm not enjoying, but I'm having. The doctor said have this and this and this and this, and I'm eating it. So Mishnah Berurah introduces and gets us into a little bit of a quandary here. He introduces simcha into the topic. So now, do I have the same subjective question like when I bought my car and my table and my shirt? So you say, yeah, we never heard that. So the post can pick up on this Mishnah Berurah, and he says the following. The poskim say, Im Enos Me'apachel to the Shevet HaLevi, Rav Vosner, Zechet Levav passed away about 10 years ago, Kevan Shein Abrach Ela Rishus, Ein Mavarech. So he says that it could be if you don't have any simcha, maybe you won't make the bracha. Rav Al Yashiv and Rav Chaim, Misha B'vir Chadash V'Shechiyanu, Av She'ein Magish, even if he doesn't have simcha. Shekevan Shekach Kavu Chazal, because Chazal set up the new bracha over the new season, then that's it. Even if you don't feel that it's a time of joy, and halachically it's been set up that way. And Rabbi Yosef, that's on the new season. And the fruit just indicates the new season. So even if you're not feeling, you say Shehechiyanu. So Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky, you go in the direction that, feel it or not, the bracha was set up in this way, you make the bracha. So whether you're having just for health and you're not enjoying it, doesn't matter. And that is pretty much the minhag. How come none of us ever heard of the simcha thing? I think the minhag is more like Rav Al Yashiv and Rav Chaim, that you feel this and it doesn't matter. But I would like to introduce something that maybe is different here than the chutzah. This halacha doesn't do with Eretz Yisrael. This is a halacha in America, South Africa. There's no difference. Anywhere where you are, it's a new season. But I'm wondering if you could say the bracha here in Israel with a little bit of work, according to all opinions, even according to the Shevet HaLevi. Shevet HaLevi is not as well known as Rav Yashiv and Rav Vosner. He was a Gadol Ador, passed away 10 years ago, give or take, and a Talmud of whom he just passed away a few years ago in our times. Talmud who started the Daf Yomi over a century ago, of Shapiro. He was a Talmud of his, and he himself lived to 100, so he was a Talmud of Shapiro. A Gadol from generations ago, Rav Shevet HaLevi, a postik on the highest level, Chassid, lived in Bnei Brak, Paskin for the whole world. Everyone, Rav Yashiv, everyone heard of, Chaim Kanievsky, everyone heard of, not even heard of him, but Gadol of Gadol. And so I have a way that we could make a bracha according to everyone. Because if we make a bracha, you want to make a bracha that's according to everyone. You don't want to, well, he holds it's a bracha levatol. You don't want to do that. So I think it's very simple. I hope, this is why I said about hashkafa, your philosophy could affect halacha. Why? To me, when I go to the makola and I see the new fruits, and I know that 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago, this didn't exist. This did not exist in Israel. Because the pasuk in Yechezkel 36 says that the land, and it's in the, what's it called, the Tochacha. It's in Bechukosai, it's in Kitava, where God says, I'm going to kick you out of the land is going to remain empty. And that's a bracha, because the land only produces for the Jews. America, China, South Africa produces for whoever's there, if they work the land properly. But Israel's for the Jews, only. And when we're gone, the fertility is gone. When we come back, fertility comes back. That's the psukim in the Torah. Ramban on the Torah, Yechezkel 36 is a must-read chapter. So when I see the fruits here, it's not the same as seeing fruits in America, anywhere around the world. Oh, it's nice. Thank God. It's nice that this land is plenty in America and China. Very nice. No, these are not any fruits. These are fruits of the redemption. And if you don't naturally feel it, pause for a moment and think, this is special. This is a very holy fruit. Not only because I have Truman Maser in these fruit, and so many things have been taken from this fruit till it got to my table. Or if I'm seeing it on the tree, there's so much here, there's Kedusha to this fruit. But that Kedusha was 340 years ago also. But it's not just that there's Kedusha. And the mitzvahs in this fruit tell a story of our redemption. Wow. Rav Kook said when he was stuck in Europe by the First World War, and he's by Switzerland, the Swiss Alps, he said that these mountains inspire me, which Grand Canyon, you don't go to these places, they don't inspire you, there's something wrong in your sensitivity to God's creation. He says, the mountains of Europe inspire me. The mountains of Israel speak to me. They speak. There's a message. So every fruit here, there's a message that I'm home. The land is back. God is back here. We're back here. So even if you don't naturally feel that excitement over a mango or the grape, and you're having it, as you said, for health reason, whatever it is, and it doesn't mean much, you could bring yourself to a state of simcha by just reflecting on it a moment. So, in my opinion, it is very advisable. You can say the bracha even if you don't feel it, because you have Rav Yashiv, you have the Midig, pretty much is that way. Rav Chaim Kanievsky, those are big pillars to rely on. But who would not want to fulfill the mitzvah according to the Shevet HaLevi also? But there's such an easy way. Do I have great advice in Chutz La'aretz? I guess in Chutz I would say you don't have the gula part, but appreciate God that He gives you all the different fruits and the health and the colors, and each one is so beautiful. And try to work out yourself into a simcha in Chutz. But over here, it's so much easier. The fruits are speaking; they're literally speaking to you. Yes.
I have a couple of questions about the Rimon. Okay, first of all, because you're saying in season. Okay, it's the idea about the season.
Yes.
So first of all, one of the things is we bring in not
import, you're right.
Imported food, which is in season in the country from which it came.
Very good. So there's so many. So we definitely, this was really part one, introduction, little hashkafa, halacha, and next week is going to be part two, frozen and imports. Right?
Okay.
I remember we were in the 5 towns. You had Super Soul, then there was the other one, Gourmet Glot. I don't think there was ever chas v'sholom a day that there was not every fruit in the world available on that day. Chas v'sholom, close your store down. We're going to store. So that's it. And then over here it's more seasonal. But here also we're becoming a world-class economy, and we import a lot as well. But there's plenty of fruits that are not imported. So we have to do the imported question, frozen, jarred, canned. So there's a lot of fun shilas, and it's great.
There are a couple of other things about
it.
Okay. A lot of people want to use the rimon as a new fruit for Rosh Hashanah.
Yes.
But the rimonim come to market, especially depending how the season falls out for Rosh Hashanah, early, later.
Nice.
Can you eat rimon before Rosh Hashanah
and then use it as a first fruit? No. You couldn't. You're right.
No.
Right. Once you use it up, that's it.
So it's not the year. It's not Rosh Hashanah year. It's the season.
Exactly. So if you didn't make a bracha yet, you're good. But once you made a bracha, a very good point. Even though look, it's a new year. Tavshin Pei Vav, that doesn't matter. That season you made the bracha already, you lost it. Good point.
Okay.
Very good point.
Another thing was, when I see the rimonim growing, I'm always in awe. It's like, wow. I mean, this may be more because I'm from Canada and we don't have such things. Maple trees are not so exciting.
So the Mishnah Berurah is giving you rishus, because he does say
the joy of seeing.
He does say that the Einel Rishus Biad Chavero, the Einel Biad Lachatchila Chavav Shachino Kodem. Okay, fine. But wait, I read the Mishnah Berurah. Then I read it where he says that if you want to make the bracha when you... Oh, no, the Ramah, not the Mishnah Berurah. The Ramah says, Umi, Sheberach B'Shas Riyah, and he makes the bracha when he sees it, doesn't lose out. Okay. So the Ramah, even the Ramah says the minig is usually to wait, but the person's really excited. He can't say it's a bracha of especially if he's not sure he's not even going to get to the fruit.
What about someone who has lemon trees and orange trees?
Yeah, everything, as long as it's seasonal.
Yeah, but when do you make the bracha? It grows all the,
very good, very good. So since the minig generally to do it over when you eat it, so we have a clementine tree in my yard that is amazing, a little gift. We planted it 25 years ago. Now my wife really upkeeps it well, but first we had the watering system, and then that goes, and then that goes, and like all the yards in Israel are so beautiful when you have all the money, and then the yard goes, the pipes go, the grass goes. Eventually you get your fake grass because it's too much to maintain. So for years and years we didn't do anything. And my wife now waters and takes real good care of it, but it just was producing thousands of art. It's a crazy gift from God for nothing. We didn't do anything for it, but then there was a time that it was empty, and then in the winter, November, forget it, that's where we make Shehechiyanu each year. So but we're going to get into all these details next week. This is a fun,
just quick.
Relevant.
If you make the bracha when you see it,
yes.
Do you make it again when you eat it?
One time a season. Either eating or either seeing or right.
So if I say the Shehechiyanu on the rimon,
that's it for the rimon.
On the tree, then I can't use the rimon for Rosh Hashanah.
You use it for the simanim, but not for the Shehechiyanu. Exactly. Right. We have two uses, right? Either for the new fruit or sima. So it's still a siman, but not a new fruit.
I still don't understand. What do you do with all the things that fall on the floor? All the, with your tree. When do you make the bracha?
So what we do is, usually it's November-ish, I think if I remember correctly, give or take, where they start coming out. So we eat it for the first time, and we do Truman Maser. It's a lot of fun. And we make the bracha, Shehechiyanu, the first time we eat it. It's usually November-ish. We might have seen it growing before, but this is the first time we're eating it. So that's when we make the bracha. It's a fun sugya, yeah.
If we follow your method and your
Yes.
mindset, it takes care of the issue with biting into that new fruit, you're all excited, and it's not sweet, or it's not...
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So it doesn't matter whether it's sweet or not. You are in a state of simcha that you are taking part of the redemption. I agree.
It remedies that.
I agree with that.
It's like, I just made a shechina.
Exactly right.
So it's not a bracha level. Tell
Not
them,
at all.
start
Not
off
at all.
here,
Exactly
and
right.
You don't have to feel bad.
Exactly. So, people sometimes say to me, Daddy, why is you so upbeat about the Gula of Redemption? And I work in a few places where let's just say, we're not on the same page. And, what's the difference? Halacha, what's the matter? Halachically, there's a lot of difference throughout the year. This is another difference. I look at this as fruit of redemption. It excites me. You look at it as just another fruit where anywhere around the world. It doesn't mean anything to you, which you're entitled to. Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion. Stop. Stop. So, it's a great sugya. But even as I said, even if you don't hold the redemption, just stop for a moment, appreciate God's bounty. And Eretz Yisrael, you don't hold part of the gula for that. Doesn't matter. You can bring yourself to a state of appreciation and simcha. Okay, that's part one. Part two next week.
Thank you.
Okay.